Greetings, everyone. We'll do a little short run here, and I'm going to throw a share screen up. You're going to have to put up with the noise in the background because there's just nothing I can do about it. How about we'll just do the entire screen, and we'll go there. Boy, I sure like the new setup. Here we go. Down the rabbit hole, people. Down the rabbit hole we go. All right. So let me catch you up with this. This is, make sure we're looking at the same thing. Down the rabbit hole we go. Wow, that's not working out. Let's try this. Sorry, Donna. I know this probably isn't your favorite video, but I'm just trying to show everyone what this video is all about. You think your email was busy after I posted it on Facebook? Well, let me tell you, hold my network and watch this. I'm still trying to get a hold of it, get the hang of this webcam stream on YouTube here, so bear with me, folks. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. Yeah, you can see it. I'm going to jump somewhere around. I just brought you to the juicy parts. You're going to want to go listen to the whole context of this video. Obviously, it's on Rumble with a title of Undischarged Bankruptcy. I am now the beneficiary, not the debtor. You are going to want to hear this, folks. I am dropping jewels here. And see that the people out here that are really trying to make a difference, they're not out here telling you got to come to class or pay me or donate to me or any of that bullshittery that we shouldn't be wrapped up in, especially being that we're involved in a financial system that was created by private bankers that should have never existed in our lives in the first place. Not the birth certificates, not the certificate of live births, not anything to do with their system, the corporate oligarchy. Now let me put the icing on the cake for you folks. Me and her talk often. I shared the file date with her. She saw it right away. What's making you the trustee? You're volunteering your date of birth for the legal title, whatever the all caps name is from the birth certificate. I hope this is all making sense for you. And for the powers that want to be, this is like a celebration to me to watch your system get exposed. Hook, line, and sinker. Because at the end of the day, we want you to go away. Central bankers, we want you to go away. Why do we want you to go away? Because you've caused nothing but pain and misery and poverty. Look at North America right now, folks. Take a hard, long look at what's going on in North America and around the world. Remember, she's from Canada, Australia. I don't care where you're from, where they're playing this name game. That file date is an instant out. That's why they do not want to correct it with the driver's license, state ID, nor the passport. This is why we have work to do, because we know how the game works. If you want to get out from being their slave, trustee, whatever you want to call it, I hope you're hearing what's being shared here on this channel. I don't know how long this will last, how long they'll let this stay up, how long they'll tolerate this exposure. But I can tell you, over on my Facebook, there's a bunch of information and a bunch of conversations with a bunch of people. Because right now, the way it seems, as an unpaid employee, because remember, only federal employees need to have a social security number. But here we all have these social security numbers that we're holders of, but we're not getting any benefit from it. In fact, the way I like to put it is we're getting breadcrumbs from our own bakery. If this is all going to stay in place, we need to be the beneficiary. And the only thing needed to discharge anything should be our Johnny Hancock and the file date. Boom, and send it on. Maybe even the registration date off of the birth certificate. I'm sure a lot of people's antennas are up right now. I'm just taking you to the juicy parts. I would go and listen to this in full context. We have backups all over the place. So just in case they go into panic mode and decide to start deleting everything, don't worry. We got it. Now, over here on the U.S. side, the debtor all obligations of debt are the responsibility of the United States corporation. I'm just trying to be loud enough because I'm not sure how the sound is. So if I'm being too loud, I apologize. My mic is kind of up, mounted up top. So I'm just making sure that I'm loud and proud here. All debts are the obligation of the United States corporation, folks. You can just look that up. Okay. I'm sure there's plenty of knowledgeable people out there that may have shared it with you already or can share it with you. I'm giving you the short version of this. I'm giving you basically the meat of what Donna is sharing. She's a wonderful woman. Her and her husband Hank, wonderful people. It's just been an honor to have come across her video and actually be able to speak with her and making friends, long distance friends. But nevertheless, super people. And when you hear the rest of everything that she has to share, your little mind's going to be blown. Now, so far, she's helped 2 people keep their house here in the U.S. that were being foreclosed on. One was a writ that was the house was sold. The writ was written. Sheriff was coming in 4 hours to throw him out. She got a message to him that, hey, wait a minute, you're an undischarged bankrupt. I'd call the sheriff and tell him, hey, you better tell the judge I'm an undischarged bankrupt, or the administrator. And lo and behold, the writ was not carried out, and the man is still in his house. So for all you people that are under the mortgage fraud, because the house was paid for when you signed for it, but the banks are just a bunch of criminals, and the whole central bank system is just a bunch of criminals. Basically, again, giving us breadcrumbs from our own bakery, and then holding us to account and coming and taking our breadcrumbs and just leaving you on the street. And that is how this plan has been working itself out. I do believe there's a famous saying about if we allow private banks to print the money, we're going to wake up homeless in North America. And I'm not even going to go into the conquered part because it's the same thing they did to the original inhabitants of North America. And war is an ugly thing, but all wars are banker wars. And if you look up that documentary, you'll get further educated in what all wars have been. All wars are banker wars. They bank both sides. What you're going to find out is everything you ever learned in your life was a lie. And the people that we're up against that are still playing this game thinking that we're not doing anything wrong. Like when they keep trying to antagonize you with the idea that your tax dollars are paying for anything, all tax debt, all income tax, and you might want to look up what income is. All income tax that they collect goes to the crown on the debt and to pay for the IRS. Otherwise, it's the money printer of the private bankers that are bankrolling all of the chaos that you see playing out. So every time you hear one of these political talking heads talk about the taxpayers' money, they're just antagonizing the people in a political game. That's what politics is. It's an antagonizing of the people. It's the divide and conquer. It is ugly as it gets. The reality is the American people's signature creates the credit with the Federal Reserve. The banks are just an intermediary. This is starting to make its rounds, but I'm going to make it come home for you. Got hundreds of homeless people out on the street in your community? Well, the reality is they should be sign and drive. Hey, you need a car for your family? You should be able to go down to the dealership and sign and drive. Light bill? Sign. Drive. Why? Because you're under the Chapter 11 reorganization of bankruptcy under United States Inc. What James Traficant, the Ohio congressman, brought up, and they destroyed him. The same thing they killed Kennedy for. No, I'm not going to go along with this. The same thing they're trying to kill us now because everybody's figuring out what's going on. And you think this is some sovereign citizen nut job conspiracy theory? Oh, you got a big surprise coming. All of you. It's going to be a big shocker, especially all of you that ever went along with this term to discredit people that were sharing the truth. Even like myself, where they walked me around my brother-in-law's jail screaming down the halls, "We got a sovereign citizen here," because Chris Blair's a criminal. You can look his name up. Now it's about to come home. And I can tell you this, in their panic, there's no telling how desperate they are to try to keep this system in place. Biden ain't your friend. Trump ain't your friend. None of the political talking heads that work for the corporation are your friend. They don't care anything about us, nor do they care about the thousands upon hundreds of thousands of homeless people that are being dumped out into the streets of North America right now. As wait a minute, they're bringing newcomers over the border and giving them $10,000 credit cards. Those are the banks that are playing these games. Where's our $10,000 credit card? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you ain't getting what, are you? Yeah, you're not even getting access to the credit that you cannot be denied. It's your credit. The signature is your credit. What are these people supposed to be doing as public servants? Well, they're all supposed to be trustees over the public charitable trust. What's the trustee's job? To make sure that the trust isn't abused. That Ralph not trying to buy a Lamborghini to get his wife to the hospital to have a baby. No, Ralph, you don't need a Lamborghini. You need a minivan, man. You need a home? Well, I don't need a 12-room mansion. I have 3 kids, me and my wife. Hey, guess what? You need a 4-bedroom home. Hey, this is all that was supposed to be going on out of this bankruptcy. But instead, the criminals, the private contractors that are pretending to be public servants, that don't have proper oaths, I can go on and on and on. And I can bring a whole lot of very knowledgeable people on here. But the problem is, I have all these gurus that want to keep playing games instead of getting down to brass tacks and calling these people out. They just want to go along to get along and let all the other people suffer under this very system that should have never existed in our lives in the first place. I'm going to cut it there. I think I've given you enough here. Go listen to it. You can come to the Ken Scott profile on Facebook if you can find it. And you'll find plenty of information that just set this in concrete. Okay? Because yeah, jet fuel does not melt steel beams. All right, people. There you go. Down the rabbit hole.